Dusty's Fishing Well is making that happen. Kudos to both of you. Now, I would actually like to talk about what you're doing now. You have an export business. So you just see, so the simple fact, you don't stop. You're still at it. So talk to me about how all of this has led you to Ghana and the export business that you're doing. And
Yes.
I know it's a lot. So let's break it down first. Let's talk first about how you started the export, because I have some of that shea butter and some of that black soap and some of that other good stuff. And then you'll talk about what's next. So
Okay.
you have the floor.
Well, what led me into this export business was a 2019 Fulbright fellowship. So I was selected as a Fulbright fellow. I spent 30 days in Ghana. The area focus for my Fulbright was education. And so I was able to spend a lot of time and meet a lot of different educators, meet with the Minister of Education of Ghana. But most importantly, I was able to travel all around the country. I was able to see parts of the country that many people who have lived there their entire life have not traveled to. I mean, we really had a very wide area that we covered over those 30 days. And during that time, I saw a lot of things. I saw a lot of things and I met a lot of people. I saw incredible handiwork and handmade goods and just products that I had not been exposed to. One of the places that we went was the very far north of Ghana, Tamale, Ghana, which is about an hour from Burkina Faso. And Tamale is known for its shea butter. So we went to a woman-owned co-op where women in the area bring the shea nuts that they collect and they bring them to this cooperative and they're able to get a good price and the cooperative creates an incredible product.
Wow.
So met them and a number of other. I met a minister who actually began the personalized kente kind of industry in Kumasi, Ghana, and got very close to him. I met a godson who does uh, Adinkra printing in the Adinkra village. Then connected with a very excellent seamstress in Accra. So of these relationships, I bought a number of things first to sell when I returned home. As a result, things moved very well. It was very quickly successful. The shea butter in particular is just extremely pure. It's so pure that you can cook with it. It has absolutely nothing in it besides what God put in it. And I saw the success. I hadn't necessarily planned it, but it just happened. And then it made me feel so good to have those relationships and to really have a real business relationship with my brothers and sisters on the continent. With the COVID, with the COVID pandemic, it has really shut down their tourism, and the
Yeah.
people there live off of that. Minus
Yeah.
tourism, it makes life very, very difficult for
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
people there. So I also feel like I am doing my part to help keep their economy moving. I'm able to provide them with a forum to continue making things and selling things. I'm able to profit from it. And then I'm also able to continue creating these relationships and
Yeah. That's beautiful.
creating these bonds that are actually lasting. So I now have a godson in Kumasi, the father of the gentleman who does my Adinkra, asked me to be the godmother of his newborn son. And the child just happened to end up with the same name as my father because that's the way the spirit works.
Yeah.
And
I
I
love
guess
it.
it's been wonderful to just create. I now have real friendships. I have people that I can call. I have people who I know I can depend on. I don't have a problem with, sending money back and forth and my products come to me. So it has just been a blessing. It all started with that Fulbright. And then, Fulbright is created for you to pretty much do what I did. It's created so that people from different countries can create these relationships and bonds.
That's
Um,
beautiful.
so I really did what is the intent of Fulbright. And to this day, those are now, not only my business partners, but my friends.
Okay.
Um, I have taken the next step of actually acquiring some property in Guyana.
Right, because you definitely plan on going back and forth, huh?
Absolutely.
Now, so you have a shop over, where is your shop where you're doing your selling of your products?
I am now at 1680 East 14th Street in San Leandro, California. It is a small business and vendors marketplace. There is a gentleman who has created a space for small vendors to have a permanent store.
Oh,
So
nice.
in the past, I've been doing kind of pop-up vending at Lake Merritt on the weekends. It was just a lot of work, packing up several times a
Mm,
day for
yeah.
inventory. So with this new situation, I'm able to have a stationary location. I have my job and that I work 5 days a week. But on Saturdays and Sundays, I go over to my own shop over in San Leandro and I sell my things. Then Monday through Friday, when I am not there, there's always a staff there. There's always an attendant. So I can now send someone to go purchase my shea butter or my other products anytime. I can be at work in San
Oh,
Francisco.
nice.
Someone else can be, in Oakland purchasing my things. And, through this wonderful technology, my phone rings and it's a cash app and someone has bought something. So
That's
turns out
beautiful.
to be a win-win. I was really kind of considering closing the business because it was just getting to be physically taxing. And then this opportunity came through and it has just really uh, revived my business and
Yeah.
just made it so much easier. And then it's created a partnership now. I have two other partners who are also at the same location, and we're just all working very closely together. And it feels wonderful. It's Ubuntu.
Yeah. And I see that you're on Facebook because I see, you post some of the clothing or the oils or something new that you've gotten. And just know that African fabric that I got, I literally just washed it because I'm going to start making Tiffany her outfits from it because she's like, okay, mommy. So I'm, making her a skirt and a jacket or whatever. I haven't figured it out yet. But yeah, so beautiful stuff. And I'm just so glad that I've been able to support it. And I know that it will also be successful. So now,
Yes, I look forward to that.
yeah, oh, it's happening. It's
Happening.
happening.
It's in progress and
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
here. It's right there.
Yeah, you got good stuff, girl. So this Christmas, it'll be booming. Now,
Yes.
what I would like to do now is to ask you, who are three people that have inspired you?
Wow, three people who have inspired me. Well, let's see. I will say Sharon Hewitt. I don't know if you remember
Yeah, I
Sharon Hewitt.
remember Sharon Hewitt. Oh yeah.
Sharon
She should have
is a
been the
very,
mayor of in Bayview.
yes, yes. And so Sharon Hewitt was one of the people who I met when I was rather young, and she inspired me to work with the community. She inspired me to, be proactive, to
Hmm.
her, and also taught me some strategies to do so. I was able to kind of watch her passion and her compassion for the community, and I always admired it and wanted to be that type of person. So Sharon Hewitt is someone who inspired me greatly. Another person who has inspired me greatly is a woman named Oscarine Winfield Williams. Miss Oscarine was a community activist as well, but many people knew her as a child care provider in Potrero Hill. She had a
Okay.
child care center named after her. It was the Oscarine Williams Center of Hope, and then just below it was the Cleo Wallace Child Care Center. And both of them were incredible women who I knew. But Oscarine dedicated her life to children. She called herself an educator.
Okay,
She
nice. I like that.
care. And turns out later on, I learned that there is a Latin phrase, educare, that is very similar to that. Um, But another person that was just very vocal, very hands-on, just showed me the importance of doing the work, of being thorough, of following through. She taught me how to navigate meetings, how to uh, how to get through the Robert's Rules of Order process, how to think politically, and how to move projects forward. And then also just watching the love that she showed, the love that she gave to everyone around her, and as a result, all the love that she got back in return. That was something that was noteworthy to me. I was pleased to be among the many people that she loved and cared about in the city and county of San Francisco.